This is Part 3 Episode 180. The human sector Lord team has departed. The scaled undying Fu Wei-san shouted excitedly. The 2-meter-tall snake-head demon with a human body, with silver skin sitting in the alloy chair looked over. Beside him were 2 other chairs, and in one of them sat a scaled man with a dragon head and the other, a lady with a mouse head. Yes, Your Majesty Meng Wei-na. Fu Wei-san said. They just left, it should take them a day to leave the human area. Another scaled undying that was slightly bigger Lake Wei said beside him, Don't be anxious, it's still early. Fu Wei-san immediately shouted, If we leave now and fly in their direction, it would still take 2 days for us to meet them. Leaving now wouldn't be too early. Let's head out. The snake-head man stood up, beside him the dragon-head and mouse-head lady stood up simultaneously. These 3 looked like they were made from alloys, somewhat similar to the liquid silver guards Luophone used back then, totally unlike real-life forms. The 5 silhouettes flew out of the dark pathway and into space. The leading snake-head man waved his hand and a living ship with a diameter of 100 m appeared. A cabin door opened on its body. I really envy you. The snake-head man looked down at the 2 Chiosha undyings Fu Wei-san and Lake Wei, exclaiming, Even though your bodies are small, it allows you to easily take any ship. Our demon race, especially the strong ones, find it extremely hard to take a ship. Take me for instance, just to fit my body alone, I require an interstellar battleship. The dragon-head man nodded. To store my actual body is the same, it's not just the size of the ship. Even the cabin door has to be huge, otherwise I'd be stuck and wouldn't be able to get out. There are always pros and cons. The mouse-head lady said beside him. The 2 Chiosha undyings cursed within as they heard. Fu Wei-san was jealous, it's a natural gift to be so big and strong, and it's just a simple matter of not being able to fit into a ship. I would like to have such size and power too. It's just the size problem. Simply relying on a puppet body would allow them to board no. Right, the 3 beast-head demons were using puppet bodies, somewhat similar to the automaton puppets. Their bodies were simply too huge, unable to fit in any ships. Hence, they could only hide their bodies in their world rings. Allowing their puppet bodies to carry the rings in the ship, the moment there was danger, they could rush out from the rings at any time. As for the puppet bodies, they were very popular within the demon race, controllable via one's consciousness, they were made of alloys. Using a thread of consciousness to control them, one could fully mobilize them. Hiding their true bodies in the world ring, they could come out any time, and these were the weak and small world rings. Even in any dangerous situations, they could use their strengths to break out of the world ring. In all, the puppets carried their true bodies in the world rings. And this was very safe and mainstream amongst the demons in the universe that needed to take ships. They had thought of ways to curb the dangers. Of course, only the demon race could afford such things, world rings were after all very expensive. I really envy the races with powerful bodies. Our bodies are so small, even our undying bodies are so small. Fu Wei-san exclaimed within. If I had the powerful body of one from the 10,000 Hidden Snakes clan. Lake Wei was envious too. The larger the body, the moment one breaks through to undying, the bigger the advantage would be. The instant one breaks through to undying, it would connect to the universe energy and law source. At that time, endless amounts of energy would instantly be provided to transform the sector lord body to an undying. Everybody only got such a free transfer once in their life. Some life forms were only 1 or 2 meters tall. How much energy would they absorb from breaking through? While some were 1 to 2 kilometers long, the amount of energy required was much more shocking. The space beast, reaching up to 1,000 of kilometer, the amount they required was heavenly. In terms of attack, their strength may only be 10 times more, however the amount of undying energy stored within was much more. The demon clan Meng Wei-na led the undying team in the living ship, swiftly heading towards the sector lord team. Time passed. In the blink of an eye, 2 days had passed. Within the control room of the living ship, the 3 demon puppets sat in the alloy chairs. Your Majesty Meng Wei-na, in about 3 minutes, we will meet with the ship. Fu Wei-san said respectfully using demon race language. The human sector Lord team has a lousy scanning device. It cannot even match the one I use. Much less your majesties, they definitely won't be able to detect us. The snakehead Meng Wei-na nodded and laughed. Very good, when they discover us, it would be too late to flee. Long 2. Meng Wei-na looked at his two underlings. Later on, you and the two Chiosha race will swiftly separate and surround them. No matter what, don't let any one of them escape. Understood. The dragon head demon and mouse head demon replied. They only followed because Meng Wei-na was stronger than them, however they didn't need to be too respectful. They were after all members of the demon race too. In terms of the status, Long 2 wasn't any lower than Meng Wei-na. Making contact in 60 seconds, 59, 58, 57, 56. Fu Wei-san suddenly shouted. Fu Wei-san, Lake Ya, I'll let you destroy their ship. Meng Wei-na ordered. Yes. Fu Wei-san and Lake Ya responded respectfully. Humans. Meng Wei's puppet eyes were gleaming with excitement. About 10 million kilometers away from the living ship, a C-9 ship flew. Within its resting quarters. The group were laughing and chatting. Luo Feng however sat in the corner of his sofa, 3 demon race puppets. 2 undyings from the Chiosha race. Long when the other ship was 1 billion kilometers away, his scanning device had detected them. In terms of value, his scanning device was simply far beyond that of His Majesty Meng Wei's. Looks like their target is our team, seeing the way they are heading straight for us. That undying that fled before actually dared to come back. Looks like he has some sort of guarantee, and has brought some powerful help. Luo Feng squinted his eyes. 3 demon puppet bodies, normally they have human bodies and demon heads. Even in their dreams they want to be above us. Looking at how respectful the 2 Chiosha undyings are, those 3 demons should be undyings too. 5 undyings. No wonder they are so confident. Luo Feng thought. Just relying on Captain Tai Wo and poison along with the others, they definitely wouldn't be able to deal with it. I need to do something. I haven't got the chance to kill an undying since coming to the outer region wars. The last time poison killed that Chiosha undying. And that was just a normal undying, because of my help. I got 10 million contribution points, but poison got 90 million points, for a total of 100 million points. Luo Feng thought, a stronger undying should probably have more. Killing a sector lord alone would at least give 100,000 points and a maximum of 10 million points. Luo Feng knew this long ago. And killing an undying alone had a minimum of 100 million and a maximum of 1 quadrillion, killing an emperor pinnacle. The 1 quadrillion points news had long spread throughout the camp. As long as one could kill a pinnacle level emperor, one would get shocking amount of points. But that was pinnacle level emperor. That would mean at least fantasy spirit, or bloodthirst emperor level, the renowned undyings of the universe. Killing an official level mostly required an emperor level strength. Killing a pinnacle emperor level. That was extremely tough. Defeating was easy, capturing was difficult, and killing was the hardest. As for Luo Feng's 10 trillion points quota, he would probably take very long to complete it. However, the basic army quota of 1 billion was very easy. 5 undyings. I wonder if it's enough to accumulate 1 billion points. Luo Feng thought. Let's hope all of them are worth 100 million points each. Warning, we've encountered. The ship suddenly rang, with an ear-piercing alarm. What? The originally relaxed members all suddenly stood up, armors appearing throughout as they brandished their weapons. Rumble. A powerful force collided with the ship. Everybody within felt the shockwave, after as the resting quarters flew madly about. The body of the C-9 ship was destroyed just like tofu. 4 doors opened from the ship as the Sector Lord Elite team all rushed out in twos. The undying Tai Wo kept the resting quarters too. In space. Tai Wo and the others stood there, looking at the distant 2-scaled undyings. You actually dared to come. Poison stared hard at the distant Fu Wei-san. Of course. He used an ear-piercing voice to speak in human language. The Chiao Shifu Wei-san smiled. Despicable humans, you made me destroy 10% of my soul. This time, you will all die. Rumble. Rumble. From the distance, two incredibly powerful energies swept past them. It made the originally confident Taiwo, Poison and the others all change their expressions as they turned to look. Two enormous beings had appeared. One was a single horned dragon covered in scales and the other was one completely covered in sharp spikes, with a flappy membrane over the neck area, and with a mouse head on the top. Although its eyes seemed adorable, but its gaze was filled with bone-chilling killing intent. Demon race. Demon undying. 4 undyings. Taiwo, Poison, Mad Wu, Wei, Hammer, Tornado, Demon Lady, God and Rock all went completely pale. Luo Feng's gaze, however, was fixed on the distant snake-head demon puppet. The blooming star-eating plant. It's over. God shuddered. No. Demon Lady stared about. Madman, Poison, Mad Wu, Wei, Hammer, Tornado, Demon Lady, God, Rock. Taiwo's eyes were filled with despair as he communicated, this is the flesh-eating undying's revenge. He's already seen our strength, hence he definitely got enough backup, we don't have much hope. When I give the order, the moment there's a chance, everybody will disperse and flee. We have 10 of us, with some luck, some can still live on. Everybody give it their all. Let's stake it all. Mad Wu gritted his teeth. We have to at least drag one of them down with us. Poison's eyes gleamed with madness. At this time, the Chiao Shifu Wei-san and Lake Wai'e had another silhouette fly up from behind. It was the snake-head puppet. Your Majesty Meng Wei-na. Your Majesty Meng Wei-na. The two were very respectful. The scene made everybody about shudder within. My God, there was an even stronger opponent. Humans. The snake-head puppet stood before the two Chiao warriors, smiling as his gaze landed on Luo Feng and Poison. Fu Wei-san had long shown him the images of the two of them. Hence, he was very clear, and wouldn't care about the other humans. But His Majesty would definitely want to personally kill Poison and Luo Feng. The snake-head puppet spoke with passionate human language. Congratulations, to die under me, Meng Wei-na's hands. It's your honor to see my true form. After which the puppet vanished and a majestic mountain-like snake appeared in space. It was about 200 m thick with 12 kilometers in length. This was much higher than any peak snake on Earth. It was completely green in color with scales throughout its veins, each with over 1,000 rings. It had 6 wings made from muscles, and it only had one eye that was jet black. Rumble, as this 10,000 hidden snake clan member appeared, an unbelievable chill instantly spread over 10,000 kilometers. Water droplets appeared about within the area, after which, countless flows of water froze into ice, just like an ice domain. Even if Taiwo unleashed his law domains to withstand it, the sector lords would still feel the bone-chilling cold. 5 individuals. Taiwo's eyes were filled with despair. And this one is much stronger than those 4. Poison stared and gritted his teeth. It's really over. Just from a simple energy scan, one could clearly feel the huge disparity between the 10,000 hidden snake member compared to the other 4 undyings. It was simply that much stronger. Give it your all, brothers and sisters. We've lived for thousands of years, we've long anticipated the day we fell. Even if we die, we cannot let them do it easily. Right, kill. Even if we die, we have to drag one down with us. Back then when 7th brother died, I had thought of the day I would die too. It's finally here. The members including Captain Taiwo didn't even think about feelings anymore, their only thought was to drag a couple of them down with them. Make your move. Meng Wei-na stood up above as his cold gaze swept past the team, while he ordered, leave those 2 humans to me, you all can settle the rest. Yes. Rumble. Immediately, the 3 undyings including Meng Wei-na along with the 2 Chiao undyings all released their law domains. Flashing from all directions towards the humans, some were cold, while others laughing maniacally. Brothers, kill. Taiwo ordered. Kill. The members all felt despair and roared madly. The two sides moved instantly. At this time, an incredibly powerful energy engulfed the area from the human side. It even made Taiwo and the others turn immediately. Even His Majesty Meng Wei Na and the others rushing over were shocked as they felt the rush of power. Whether it was humans, Chiosha or demons, it was hard to believe this scene. A huge water plant-like plant life form floated before Luo Feng. It was completely gold and had thick vines, and there were a total of 100 of them. Bloom. Luo Feng muttered softly. Almost like a little plant growing into a huge monster, this gold plant madly expanded in all directions. Every vine of the star-eating plant grew thicker and thicker. Countless incredibly sharp leaves shot out like teeth, and in an instant, it had become almost like a huge heavenly body. Every vine reached over 100,000 kilometers. The main vines had countless leaves that were used to wrap around and swallow. 100 vines. It made the undying star-eating plant to look akin to almost the sun. The completely unleashed star-eating plant floated in space almost like an incredibly lush plant. Only this plant had the size of a sun. The 5 undyings that were rushing at the human team were only a few 10,000 kilometers away. Naturally, they were instantly engulfed by the size of the plant's countless leaves. It was almost like fish struggling in the water against a huge plant, the sun-like undying star-eating plant. How could they get away from that? My God. My God. This is simply... Taiwo and the other members of the human team were completely stunned. Personally, seeing a 1 m tall gold plant instantly swell to the size of a star, this terrifying undying energy gave them the chills. An undying plant. This was an undying plant. Plant life, this is an undying plant. Fu Wei-san's eyes were filled with shock. How can there be an undying plant? Every plant life form is incredibly hard to nurture. Even the lowest level have extremely powerful strength. They require countless amounts of treasure and wealth. How can someone in shattered stars have an undying plant? Big trouble. He looked about at the countless leaves that looked like teeth surrounding them. The scaled one-horned dragon along with the spiky mouse demon were all in despair. Their bodies had a length of 8 kilometers and 5 kilometers, compared to humans and the bug clan etc., they were huge. However, compared to the plant life forms, the plant life form was like a star. Over 100 vines spreading about, covering an area with a diameter of close to 1 million kilometers. Even a single gold leaf alone was bigger than their bodies. Star-eating plant, an undying star-eating plant. The 10,000 hidden snakes Meng Wei Na looked around as the large amount of huge gold leaves surrounded him. He was prepared to defend at any time, however he knew about the star-eating plant in front of him, hence, he didn't have any confidence in fleeing. This is the most sturdy offensive plant life form, which is incredibly solid. The moment one is trapped by it, even an official level undying wouldn't be able to flee quickly, much less me. I'll send distress signals. Call everyone. We've met a human with an undying 100 vine star-eating plant. Taiwo and the other humans all looked at Luo Feng. The other 5 undyings all saw through the slits of the huge leaves. They knew too, that this undying star-eating plant came from that black-armored human. Luo Feng simply complimented softly, the fully bloomed star-eating plant sure is beautiful. Dying from the star-eating plant is your honor. Luo Feng said softly. No. The single-horned dragon, the mouse demon and the 2 Chiosha undyings all howled as they madly struggled and unleashed their undying energies. The large amount of gold leaves that weren't attacking before suddenly became like a man-eating plant, rushing at them. They used tens of spiky teeth like gold leaves to surround each undying, whether it was the huge demon race undying or the Chiosha undyings. They were all completely wrapped up. They were completely trapped within the gold leaves as they madly struggled. The leaves constricted tighter and tighter. Their bones broke and their muscles tore apart, their bodies crumbling altogether. Against the large mouths of each gold leaf they were completely shredded and swallowed. This star-eating plant naturally had the ability to swallow large amounts of plants, metal, rocks etc., even flesh and blood. Howl. Ah. No. Self-destruct, self-destruct. The 4 undyings wrapped within the leaves let out all sorts of noises. 2 undyings chose to self-destruct in despair. Rumble. Rumble. They only managed to damage a few gold leaves. However, this undying star-eating plant was a huge heavenly body the size of a star with countless gold leaves. Just like that, the 4 powerful undyings were swallowed whole by the star-eating plant. If there weren't 5 undyings, I wouldn't even have bothered to use the star-eating plant. Using it sure is overkill. Luo Feng looked at the scene and couldn't help but feel shocked. One had to know that this undying star-eating plant was considered pinnacle general level. After taking some strengthening abilities into consideration, even official level undyings wouldn't be able to escape quickly. Being surrounded by countless vines and leaves was indeed a very terrifying thing. Luo Feng, the 4 undyings have been killed. You received 400 million contribution points. Barbata's voice resounded in Luo Feng's mind. What, only 400 million? Luo Feng couldn't help but feel helpless. Damn. His target was 1 billion contribution points. He had to hit that quota before fulfilling their requirements and setting himself free. This last Meng Wei Na demon undying, he must be the leader. He seems much stronger. My undying star-eating plant cannot suppress him in a short amount of time. The other 4 only gave me 100 million points each. This guy should be worth more. Luo Feng glanced over. That 10,000 hidden snakes demon was howling madly as the large amount of water and ice particles surrounded him. He twisted about madly as he attacked with space laws infused within. The large amount of gold leaves were forced aside, unable to suppress him. No. No. He madly struggled within, almost as though he could see his demise. Against the engulfing golden leaves from all directions, Meng Wei Na of the 10,000 hidden snakes fought madly to defend himself. Every time his snake tail whipped about, it would be infused with space laws that knocked the surrounding leaves away, even destroying part of it. I can't get away, I can't get away. He was extremely worried, his one eye gleaming with madness. There's no other hope. I can only call for help and hope for the close-by allies to rush over. I have to hold out until they get here. I can do it. Distress signals. There's a human sector lord with an undying star-eating plant. While Meng Wei Na was struggling against the undying plant, he was constantly sending out distress signals. Similar to humans, when the demon clan warriors sent out distress signals, it would swiftly be transmitted via their communication systems to the surrounding 10 billion kilometer area to their allies. 10 billion kilometer was relatively small, with light speed at 300,000 kilometers per second. It would take about half a day for anyone within the 10 billion kilometer away to get here. And Luo Feng and his team were only 2 days out from their base. Half day was only the distance of the diameter, if they were spread out even further. Allies, how many were there? There's a sector lord human with an undying star-eating plant. This news was swiftly spread throughout the groups amongst the demon race. Undying star-eating plant, going there would be suicide. Who'd go? Unlucky fellow. Poor thing. So unlucky. Hee, for a human sector lord to have an undying star-eating plant, looks like his background must be huge. Killing him should have extra rewards. It's a pity, you'd have to be extremely powerful to do it. Ha ha, I won't commit suicide. The large amount of warriors in the demon clan all received the news and simply scoffed at it. There were after all very few in Shattered Stars that could mess with an undying star-eating plant. However, there were still 7 teams that rushed over in the area. It should be some genius of humanity. Within the ship, a wolf-head man with a human body smiled. He must have some background to have an undying star-eating plant. However, no matter what, he's still from another race. Ha ha, the stronger the genius, the more achievement I get when I kill him. The man sat high above. Below him were 8 other demon puppets, and below them were even more demon puppets gathered about respectfully. It was obvious that the close to 100 puppets right below represented the sector lords. The leader of this team was very well known within Shattered Stars. He was called Cocoon Wolf Official, and he was an official level undying. Shattered Stars, even though many warriors had gathered there there were very few official level undyings there. Also, it was obvious that this official level undying was afraid of death, not daring to head out to other dangerous regions, staying within shattered stars. But here, this team was considered extremely powerful. In space, within the star-like star-eating plant, the over 10 kilometers long Meng Wei Na was struggling hard to break free. Luo Feng gazed at him struggling for 5 seconds and frowned. This is trouble, my undying star-eating plant only has 100 vines, and it's only as strong as a pinnacle-level general. Anything stronger than that 10,000 hidden snakes member will be trouble. Even though I can bind that guy, I cannot kill him within a short amount of time. I need quite some time to grind him to death. No. He will definitely call for help. Once time drags, the nearby warriors of the demon race will rush over. Even though the chances of those brave enough to face an undying star-eating plant is very low, I cannot take the risk. Luo Feng instantly made his decision. Using the Nan Shan armament will be hard for me to kill this undying general pinnacle demon. I'll use the soldier armor. Luo Feng thought. A black armor instantly extended about him and formed his helmet along with a complete armor. The armor was streamlined and the power from this mysterious armor coursed throughout his body. A strength that was total of 1,000 times a normal human sector Lord Pinnacle, and akin to the body of an official level undying coursed through his body. Clang! A silver blade with blood red around its edges appeared in his right hand. In his left a silver 6-edged shield. Kill! Luo Feng's eyes gleamed coldly. He became a beam of light, and rushed straight at Meng Wei Na. Madman! Madman is a fighter. That. Tai Wo and the others had just awoken from the shock of seeing an undying star-eating plant. They were even more shocked as they saw him take on the form of a fighter, with a shield and blade. A sector lord able to use the Nan Shan armament to that level, is actually a fighter. Poison's eyes stared wide-eyed. A fighter. Tai Wo communicated seriously, and a very powerful one, even more than his Nan Shan armament control. His instantaneous speed earlier was even faster than my full speed. What? The members were all shocked. Countless gold leaves wrapped about as Luo Feng rushed forward. He ordered, Star-eating plant, use your leaves to wrap about. I don't want the captain to see my battle with him. Yes, master. The undying plant sent a thought back. Right away, countless gold leaves moved and completely blocked the captain and the others from watching. Simultaneously, Luo Feng used his scanning device to jam all other signals about. He didn't want them to witness his battle to prevent more trouble. Luo Feng became a black blur, and instantly reached Meng Wei Na. Human. Meng Wei Na was happy within. If you didn't have this plant, how could you be my match? Yet now you actually come to me. His terrifying ice aura expanded throughout, and large amounts of water droplets moved, freezing occasionally and flowing at other times. The icy energy spread over 10,000 kilometers, and Luo Feng instantly rushed in. HMPH. His eyes gleamed. Lord Domain, what a joke. Rumble. He used his world projection, and the space around it instantly warped into an endless vast grassland. Even the Lord Domain of Meng Wei Na crumbled instantly under the pressure. How can this be? His eyes were filled with shock, as he let out an ear-piercing scream in demon race language. A world projection actually crushed a Lord Domain. How powerful was this internal world for it to have such a world projection? Some golden horned beasts that chose to rely on universe crystals to evolve had internal worlds with diameters of 30 million kilometers at Sector Lord Pinnacle. The world projection of such an internal world was completely able to match a Lord Domain. Luo Feng's internal world right now was over 90 million kilometers. In terms of size, it was 27 times bigger. The power of the world projection was much stronger. Back then, when his internal world was 60 million kilometers in diameter, it was already able to suppress a Lord Domain. Now it could completely crush it. I'll settle this fast. Luo Feng was fast as lightning. Howl. Meng Wei Na's 6 muscular wings flapped. He rushed forward and opened his mouth, forming a few kilometer-wide huge mouth. Using his law power to swallow, he caused the surrounding space to warp. This ferocious swallow. Rumble. The surrounding space completely crumbled and countless space fragments were sucked into his mouth. The black-armored Luo Feng that was rushing in could feel the terrifying force as well. Die. Meng Wei-Na's eye gleamed with madness. What a joke. Luo Feng squinted his eyes. Rumble. His speed soared as he became a black beam of light and rushed straight at his mouth, waving the blood shadow blade in his hand. The instant he waved it, the surrounding space seemed to be torn apart almost as if there was a giant splitting it, forming a huge slit without a sound. The blade flashed and slashed over 10,000 kilometers, splitting the space in two. A beautiful flash, it made others shudder. Silence. Meng Wei-Na maintained his open-mouth manic position, his eye however was filled with fear, after which, his head was sliced right through the middle and his entire body was split in two, as large amounts of his organs spilled out. He was sliced clean in two. Illusionary 7 blades, Dutchman's pipe. Clang. Luo Feng shook the blade and looked at Meng Wei-Na split in two. You should be honored to be killed by the Dutchman's pipe. Simultaneously, countless gold leaves wrapped about and instantly held on to the two pieces of his body. Even though he was split in two, he still wasn't dead. But the only thing was, that moment, his body pieces were wrapped up by the countless gold leaves, with countless teeth like blades chomping down. He didn't have any chance of survival. In the blink of an eye, Meng Wei-Na was swallowed by the countless mad gold leaves. Using the soldier armor, I roughly have the strength of an official. My law comprehension level however has long reached official level. Luo Feng sighed. Even though I didn't use the beast god presence to unleash the strongest move of the illusionary 7 blades burial, just the Dutchman's pipe alone is at official level already. My world project completely suppressed him. Splitting him in two is only natural. The fully bloomed star-eating plant began to shrink swiftly and become a very small plant, entering through Luo Feng's shoulder. Tai Wo and the others were still reeling from the shock. Luo Feng carried the blood shadow blade on his back and flew back. Looking at the fighter like Luo Feng, the rest of the team couldn't help but shout out in shock, "Madman, you. We'll talk later, that demon Undying definitely called for help, we have to go." Luo Feng said. "Let's go." Tai Wo finally calmed down. The other members could only hold in all their shock and questions, immediately flying swiftly into a C9 grade ship, becoming a beam of light, and tearing through space. This video will end here.